4. What's up guys, Brandon Johnson here again, and thanks for joining me. Today we're taking a look at the classic old-time tune, Clinch Mountain Backstep. And Clinch Mountain Backstep is a great exercise in the G pentatonic scale. And it's a great song to know because it's fairly approachable to the beginner. It doesn't have a lot of crazy technical stuff in it. You know, you're keeping your fingerings to mostly the first position. It's a really fun tune to know. The rhythm part's fairly easy. It's basically just a G chord with, you know, a D kind of thrown in there. But I hope you enjoy this one. Let's check it out. Alright, let's take a look at measure number 1 now. So we're looking at the beginning of Clinch Mountain Backstep here. And what I like to do on this one is I actually like to start this on hammer-on between the 1st fret and the 3rd fret high E. Alright, so I'm playing a downstroke, and then I'm hammering on with my ring finger here. Fairly hard because you want to catch that vibration of the string with your ring finger. And you want that ring finger to land on that 3rd fret high E fairly strong. Right, so you really want to feel that impact of your ring finger really hitting that fretboard. Okay, and that's on a 16th note, and then we're going to go back to the 1st fret high E. All right, so you want to kind of time those 3 notes out evenly. And even though it's a hammer-on at the beginning there, okay, and then we're going to land back on that 1st fret high E on an upstroke. And then with the same ring finger, basically we're in the same position, right? We're kind of occupying these 3 frets here. And then with another downstroke, we're going to land on that 3rd fret B. Okay, and then from there, we're going to go back up to that 1st fret high E. That's kind of the first half of the measure right there. And then right here, we're going to play 3rd fret B to 1st fret B to 3rd fret G. And that 3rd fret G is actually going to be on an 8th note yet again, so we're going to let that ring out just a little bit longer. And then we're going to play an upstroke on an open G. And that's going to be the end of the measure right there. Now you'll notice one thing I did there is with that 3rd fret G with my ring finger, I actually bent that very slightly. Right? So I'm taking that 3rd fret G and I'm letting it ring out, and then right at the end, almost to just kind of extend the duration or just kind of extend the vibration of the note, you can do just the slightest little string bend there. And that gives it kind of a bluesy feel there, and it just gives it a little bit more sort of length of the note. And you almost want to do it like right before you go into that open G. So you let it ring out normally, and then right when you're about to take your finger off is when you kind of bend it. Okay, now let's take a look at measure number 2. Okay, so measure number 2, it starts out exactly the same as measure number 1. So we're going to start on that 1st fret high E to 3rd fret high E. And then again, we're going to be going to that same position there with that 3rd fret B. And then instead of going to the 1st fret high E, right, like we did in measure number 1, we're going to go down to 1st fret B on an upstroke. And then you're going to see 2 hammer-ons there, 1st fret B to 3rd fret B. All right, let's look at measures 1 and 2 now, all the way through to the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's going to lead us into measure number 3. Okay, when we look at measure number 3 now, measure number 3 is identical to measure number 1. So it's the exact same notes, exact same timing. And that's pretty typical of bluegrass tunes, you know, that are kind of 8 bars long. You know, there's a lot of repetition of the main melody so that you get kind of a sense of a theme of the tune, or kind of a theme in the melody, and that's something that the ear likes to hear. You know, you like to hear that kind of thematic repetition going on in any music, really, whether it's bluegrass or jazz or classical. But again, it's going to be the same exact measure. So with that little string bend there on that 3rd fret G, you can do that again. So let's move on to measure number 4 now. Okay, so looking at measure number 4 now, we have kind of a similar vibe to what we've already been playing, but we're going to move this hammer on, that 1st fret to 3rd fret, to the B string this time. So we're really kind of playing out of this first position, which is why this is, you know, kind of a really good beginner bluegrass tune here. And, you know, if you really wanted to simplify this even further, you could take these pull-offs and these hammer-ons out, and you could just simply play the 3rd fret high E or the 3rd fret B here. But looking at measure number 4 now, we're going to start on that similar kind of hammer-on from that 1st fret B to 3rd fret B to 1st fret B. Right, so it's kind of the same timing and same feel as we did before on the high E string, except we're just going to be moving it to the B string. And then we're going to go 3rd fret G to open to 3rd fret D to open. Okay, so that 1st fret B after the hammer-on, you're going to have just a second there to kind of get into that 3rd fret G position. Now let's play that 3rd fret G to open with my ring finger. And that way you're just kind of, you don't really have to move your hand very much out of this first position here. Okay, and then right here after that open D, we're going to take our ring finger, we're going to place it back on the 3rd fret D, and we're going to slide up to 5. That's going to be on a downstroke, that 3rd fret to 5th fret slide on that D string. And you'll see that open G there at the end. Of course, that's the root note of, you know, the key that we're in. We're in the key of G. And you could play that on 2 downstrokes, right? So you could go down, down. So you could do it that way, or you could play the slide up on a downstroke and then the G on an upstroke. I think I tend to kind of play double downstroke because when I play that downstroke slide, my pick is actually resting on the open G. So all I have to do is just pick down again. but whatever's most comfortable for you is what you should do. All right, let's look at measures 3 and 4 now, all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's play the entire A part, measures 1 through 4, all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that leads us into part B.